What you're looking at is Mac Explains, stick figures, ancient humans, and around $10,000 per month. Stickly Explains runs the exact same combination and does around 3,500. But to make this content, every single channel in this space is manually generating each of these scenes, one at a time, and then waiting weeks between uploads. Except this video right here isn't theirs. It was actually made by a Claude plugin I built. One command inside Claude desktop running locally on my laptop. No hosted tool, no subscription, and the finished video cost me about 15 cents. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly how I build it so you can run the same pipeline on your own machine. And to make it even more interesting, everything you need to build, every prompt, every code file, every setup step is going to be completely free. So let me get started. For those who don't know me, my name is Olbi and I am the creator behind this AI avatar you have seen for a long time now, and the founder of Scalable Creator OS, where I teach people how to create their first successful YouTube channel using AI. Now here's what most people don't see about this niche. The niche itself, it works, and you don't have to copy the exact niche. There are 1,000 niches you can do with this style. This is just for you to understand how you can create content like this. But about this niche, the number proves that it's working, but the production doesn't. Every channel in this space is stuck hand generating scenes and waiting days between uploads. That's the bottleneck, and that's exactly where I build the fix. A Claude MCP that turns locally on your machine and produces this animation on command. And like I said, every prompt, every code file, every setup step lives in a Notion guide. You can find that in the link on the description, so click there and get access for free. Everything from here on out uses those files exactly as they are written. Now quick note on what an MCP actually is, in case you haven't heard this term before. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It's basically a way to give Claude Desktop direct access to external tools without ever leaving the app. Same principles as Hicksfield MCP or NextLab MCP, which you've probably used on prior builds I have showed you. This one I built is a full production pipeline exposed as MCP tool. So Claude calls the plugin runs the whole pipeline, and what comes back is a full video. I know that sounds crazy, but now before we build anything, there's one decision I made at the very start that shapes everything downstream. And most MCP tutorials skip this completely. There are exactly two ways to build a Claude plugin. You can build it as a hosted connector, which is a public server that Anthropic's Claude reaches out every time you invoke the tool. Or you can build it as a local server that runs on your own machine. Now the hosted version sounds easier, until you realize it means you're renting server infrastructure forever. Every single user who runs your tool has to hit your server. You pay for that, you maintain it, and if your server goes down, everyone using your tool is stuck. The local version runs on the member's own machine, uses their own API keys, and costs nothing to distribute. You just ship a folder, they run it, and it's done. That's the difference between renting a tool and owning one. So that's exactly what this MCP is. A local server that runs on your laptop, controlled through Claude Desktop. Now the second decision is the one that saved this entire build. The very first version of this pipeline generated video clips for every beat. Playing model on Atlas, around 63 cents per clip. So for a short video with 10 scenes, that's $6 in minimum. And every single clip reinvented the character. Different phase, different proportion, style drifting from scene to scene. So I pivoted. Instead of video clips per beat, still images per beat, just as the competitors are doing. Nano Banana 2, around 8 cents per image, with Ken Burns motion added in the assembly step for the sense of movement. And that one change made the whole pipeline 10 times cheaper. Final videos now come out at around 10 to 20 cents each. And it actually made the character more consistent, because still image is way easier to style lock than motion. The simpler decision was also the better decision, which is worth remembering the next time you are building anything. And here's the part I love. The full stack for this pipeline is exactly two APIs. Atlas API, which is where the Nano Banana 2 images generation runs, and ElevenLabs for the voiceover. That's it. Two keys in the env file, nothing else needs an account. So here's the plan. For this thing to produce real channel ready videos, the pipeline needs to nail 5 things: the segmentation, the voiceover, the visuals, the sync, and the assembly. And no, you're not going to sit there writing 10 Python files from scratch, because everything already lives in that Notion guide. So the build starts the same way most of my Claude Code builds start. I paste the entire guide into a Claude chat and I tell it to walk me through the setup step by step for my operating system. Model set to Opus, medium reasoning, and hit enter. Now the first thing that comes back is a dependency check for the terminal. verify Python, verify FFmpeg, standard stuff. Then the folder structure, then the requirements install, and then Claude starts walking me through the actual pipeline files one by one. 10 files in total, and every single one handles a specific stage. The config file loads the env keys and fails loudly if anything's missing. The segmentation file splits the scripts into beats, short runs of 1 to 3 sentences, grouped by word density, and each one becomes a shot. ElevenLabs generates the voiceover per beat and measures the audio duration with FFmpeg. Then Nano Banana generates the still images per beat. The assembly file uses FFmpeg to hold each still on screen for exactly its narration length. It applies a slow can burn zoom and concentrate everything into a final MP4 file. The captions file handles the caption burn-in, and the servers file exposes all of it to Claude desktops as tools. But the single most important file in this entire system is called style.py. That is the part that to this day continues to blow my mind. This file contains the style lock. It's one fixed block of the text that describes the exact hand-drawn stick figure aesthetics, the line weight, the character proportions, the color palette, the composition rules. And that exact same block gets appended identically to every single image prompt. And that's what makes 40 scenes across 4 different videos look like they belong to the same channel, not the model choice, not the prompting, that fixed text block. So if one idea from this whole video sticks with you, make it this one. And that means that consistency is not about being lucky what AI will generate. It's a fixed block set for every generation. Now, the other critical piece is how the timing works, because most AI videos pipelines struggle with sync. The audio ends up longer or shorter than the visuals, and you're stuck manually adjusting everything. This pipeline dodges that entirely. Every beat's voiceover gets generated first, then the pipeline measures the actual audio length with FFmpeg, the real duration in seconds down to the millisecond, and that exact number becomes the duration the corresponding still images holds on screen, which means the audio is the master clock. The visual duration is derived from the real audio, not estimated from the script. So the sync is automatic, and there is nothing to adjust. That's honestly the most elegant part of the whole design. And it eliminates the need for any word-level timing system, speech-to-text calls, or manual keyframing. Now let's be honest, a few things went wrong during the original build, and this is actually where the real learning is. The first one happened the moment I tried to run the server for the very first time. Module not found error, no model named Vox, which made no sense because the model was right there, the folder was correct, and everything looked right. But turns out Claude desktop launches tools with no guaranteed working directory. So when the server started, it had no idea where its own files lived. The fix was a small launcher script called run_server.py that adds its own folder to Python's path before anything else runs. The second one was the Atlas API returning a 403 in every single image generation attempt. Now, a 403 means forbidden, so the first assumption is credentials. But when I actually look at the response body, it was empty. An API rejecting your credentials sends back a JSON explanation. An empty body 403 with error 1010 is Cloudflare, the network layer, not the API. It was blocking me because my request had no browser user agent header, and every one of these fixes went straight into Claude. Show it the error, it edits the code, then you retry again. That's what building with Claude Code actually looks like day to day. So once all the 10 files are in place, there is exactly one step left: wiring the MCP into Claude desktop itself. The generate_config file prints out the exact configuration block with the absolute file paths already filled in. So you copy that block, paste it into Claude desktop's developer settings, close Claude desktop entirely, and reopen it. If everything is right, you will see the pipeline listed in the connector tools. VOX pipeline run_server.py active. Now, one thing about how this plugin is structured that matters a lot. The MCP exposes exactly 2 tools to Claude desktop: plan_video and generate_video. Plan_video is completely free. It segments your script into beats, generates the voiceover, measures the duration, and returns a shot list with the total cost estimate for the paid step. Nothing gets charged, and no images get generated. Generated_video is the paid step. That's the one that runs the illustration, burns in the caption, and assembles the final MP4. And that split is the money gate. Claude always runs the plan first, show you the costs, and wait for your approval before touching the pay tool, which means you never accidentally spend $20 because a script came out longer than you expected. You see the number first and then you decide. So let's actually run it and see what happened. I inserted the script into Claude desktop with the plan_video command. Claude picks up the MCP, calls the tool, runs the segmentation and generates the voiceover for every beat and measures the duration. And it comes back with the plan. 5 scenes for this test script. 8 seconds, 6 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds, 6 seconds. Total cost around 50 cents for the images. I approve. Generate_video runs next. Nano Banana 2 generates every image with the style suffix applied, so every single one comes out in the same hand drawing stick figure look. Then FFmpeg assembles everything. Ken burns motion on each still, voiceover mixed on top, captions burned in, and about 2 minutes later the final MP4 is done. So let's all take a second and look at the result. I mean, just look at this. Script in, finished video out. Now, of course, I'm not going to sit here and claim this is perfect because character consistency still drifts occasionally from scene to scene. The style lock reduces it, but it doesn't eliminate it entirely. And numbers and small text still get shaky if you try to include them in the visuals. That's where the format is right now, roughly 90% of the way to fully production ready with a handful of known limitations. But it's good enough to run this niche at production speed and also test if this niche is actually working before wasting hundreds and $1,000s in tools where you don't even know if it's going to work. And that's what actually matters. And remember the promise from the beginning? The 15-cent video that I mentioned? I was not exaggerating. Every generation you just watch the images, the emotion, the voiceover, the captions, comes out to around 12 cents per finished video in 2 to 3 minutes of generation time. Now, does that mean you're going to wake up tomorrow making $10,000 a month like Mac explains? Honestly, probably not. A pipeline doesn't pick your topics and it does not upload for you. But here's what you've got now that every other channel in this space doesn't have. The bottleneck is gone. While they're manually generating scenes and waiting weeks between uploads, you're producing a finished video for pocket change in the time it takes to make a coffee. Now, this manual MCP works, and it lives inside Creator OS right now as a downloadable folder you can plug straight into Claude Desktop. But I want to be transparent about something else we're working on, because honestly it's better than what I just walked you through. It's called Media OS, and it handles the entire production process for stick figure content end to end. Ideation, scripting, visual generation, assembly, all in one interface without any of the MCP setup. Same output quality, none of the terminal work. And that's coming free inside the community, alongside Script Agent for the scripting layer, alongside VidRush access codes, alongside everything else that's already in there. And you can see what people are actually doing with all of it. Chris monetized their channel in 13 days. Amari's channel got accepted. Then we have Gotsunbrook who monetized his channel, Suko, and some other creators here. Real creators using these tools and building real channels right now. So here's the plan. First link in the description, that's where everything lives. Grab the guide, build the pipeline, and publish your first video in this niche. Then share your results with me in the comments. So now go out there, do some amazing work, and I'll see you guys in the next one.